Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Frank here from Truth No Chaser. And yes, you have entered another episode of Frankie's Sports Bar, a place we can get your sip on and your weekly dose of sports all in one place. I got a good one here for you today. But as always, before we get into anything, I want to remind you to visit us at all of our social media outlets. I want you to visit us at www.thetruthnochaser.com. I want you to subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook at Truth No Chaser. And I want you to follow us on our Instagram at truth_no_chaser. Yes, sir. So let's get right into it. And first off the bat, pardon the pun, is the return of MLB baseball, baby. Baseball is back. Yes, sir. And how do I feel about it? I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't like any of this rushed, crammed seasons that, MLB and NBA is trying to pull off. I feel if I don't get the whole full season, I don't want it, man. It reminds me of those like lockout seasons and stuff like that. It's straight asterisk next to it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter, at this point. I feel like they have bigger fish to fry as far as getting a stronghold of this, pandemic during this pandemic, getting a stronghold on this COVID situation. I was watching a press conference with the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman, talking about his stint with COVID-19, and he was saying basically how he was fearful of his life. He took all the precautionary measures. He guns himself in the forehead to take his temperature frequently and stuff. And he just said he never felt so hot in his life. His temperature never ran that hot ever in his life. And he said that he just didn't want to be in an uncontrollable state where he wouldn't be able to function. He was afraid to go to sleep. He said, he just didn't want to fall asleep and not be in control and end up dying, in his sleep. And that's sad, man. That's a sad situation. I mean, I know everybody has a different effect. It takes a different effect on everybody. We have Zeke from the Dallas Cowboys. He said that, he was sick for about 2 days and it passed right through his body or whatever. But, the doctor ordered him to quarantine for 2 weeks. He took 3.5-4 weeks to quarantine or something like that. He said, but he was sick for 2 days. After that, he had a little shortness of breath, but after that, he was fine. He just quarantined himself for a couple of extra days, beyond the doctor's orders, and now he feels fine. But that Freddie Freeman story really shook me up, and also the Dallas Cowboys, defensive end Demarcus Lawrence, he said that he had to really consider coming back because he don't want to bring it back to his family, and I'm with it. I understand that, man. So again, man, until we get a little bit to a level where this is more controllable, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I believe the return is not necessary, especially in basketball, man. That season starts back up in October anyway, man. Take these next couple of months off and start the season anew. You understand what I'm saying? It's fresh, new 82 game season, because it's 22 game season that y'all trying to cram. I mean, I miss more sports just like anybody else, but man, it's just corny, man. I mean, you got all these players that's testing positive, like Westbrook, and it's just not worth their health at this point, so it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Moving on to the next story we got. Last week I spoke about the Washington Redskins being forced to finally change their name. Long overdue. But the name change has influenced quite a few other changes that people feel are necessary. When I say people, I mean sports fans. You got the Minnesota Vikings. People are taking offense to their organization. We have the UNC Tar Heels. I had to look that one up. So apparently a Tar Heel is a derogatory term used from one Confederate soldier to the next. It's almost like calling him like a bootlick or poor white trash or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to be a Confederate soldier to really be offended by that. You know what I'm saying? But However, I'm not. So, but it doesn't matter if it's offensive to me. If it's a fit, like I said last week in reference to Dan Snyder, the owner of the Washington Redskins, or formerly known as Washington Redskins. If it offends one, it offends enough. You know what I'm saying? So just because it doesn't offend me, doesn't make it right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. That's what the equality that we're fighting for, right? So hey, if somebody's offended by it, so be it. The Minnesota Vikings, people are not offended by the name Viking in itself, but what the Vikings stood for, what they represented, the savagery, the murders, the beatings, the killings, the rape. People out there offended by it, so they're saying Minnesota Vikings should change their name too. You know what I'm saying? And it's not up to me to say if it's a reach or not. You understand what I'm saying? So this is just the tip of the iceberg, people. Buckle your seatbelts, because open up the Pandora's box. That's it. You're gonna have a couple of people coming out the woodwork with things that they're offended by, and pretty soon the Harlem Globetrotters gonna have to change their name for some reason. Unbeknownst to me. So it is what it is, man. Just buckle your seatbelt and be prepared for that. Lastly, the last thing I want to address are these social injustices acknowledged by the NBA and the NFL. You have the NBA that's expected to pursue the rest of their season and moving forward with Black Lives Matters on the court. You have the NFL that allow their players to express their feelings, thoughts, and concerns of social injustices and solidarity by wearing the initials of those slain and victims of social injustices and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, similar to the Black National Anthem being sung before the games, I could care less. I could give two shits. That is not about that solidarity. That is not what is needed. Kudos, I guess, to whoever is trying to, or attempting to make an effort or whatever, but nah. I'd much rather these organizations put forth the funding and energy towards getting those responsible for these social injustices prosecuted. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and convicted. You know what I'm saying? I would like for you to pay for all the family's lawyer fees, and good lawyers that'll put these guys behind bars finally. You know what I'm saying? So that's the solidarity that we need. That's the support we need. We don't need all the propaganda and the hoopla that's gonna make you seem like you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot by doing the least, in this sense, if that makes sense. So that's just my opinion on it. As always, you can comment, like, share. If you agree with anything that I've said or disagree with anything I said, go ahead, leave it in the comments. But I do want you guys to support the brand. I do want you guys to give me some feedback and let me know what you're feeling about the segment, what you're feeling about anything that I said. Before I get out of here, I would like for you to know that Frankie Sports Bar today is powered by Ambition Custom Apparel Co. That's Ambition Custom Apparel Company. Ambition, go get it. Yes, sir. But as always, again, I'd like to wish you guys a blessed rest of your week. But that'll do it for Frankie Sports Bar today. The bar is closing, and God willing, I will see you next week. But until then, peace, my people. God bless.
Truth. No chaser.